Hey guys, what's up? It's me Omar from BuyMeAnIPhone.com, and today I have another cool product I want to show you. This is a case for the iPhone 4 4S from Element Case, and it is their Vapor Comp case. And so this is like an aluminum style bumper case. You guys may be familiar with this. Element Case is pretty popular. There's a couple other case makers out there that are kind of copycat and have similar designs. But Element Case is one of the nicer ones out there, and so they sent me out their Vapor Comp case, and this is actually something that you can custom build these on their studio, their Vapor Studio that they have on their website. And I'll probably do a video of that pretty soon on Buy Me an iPhone, just to kind of give you a run through and show you how it is. But you can basically customize all the different pieces of this case, from the back plate to the aluminum side to the rubber piece inside there, the insert, to the other polycarbonate cap on the end of it here, to even the type of chrome that's on the top of the buttons here. So really cool type of thing. This is a $99 case, so this is not cheap by any means. I know a lot of you guys have posted comments on my other Element Case videos saying how expensive they are, and that's just the way it goes. I mean, for those of you that are able to afford it or have money that you're able to spend on something like this, I definitely think you should check it out. Element Case is probably one of my top favorite case makers out there. But obviously, if you don't have the money for it, you're not going to be able to afford it, and you'll have to find a different type of case. So for those that don't mind spending a little extra additional cash on their cases for the protection for their iPhone, this is definitely the case for you. This is kind of packaging that it comes in, which is kind of unfortunate. I used to like the packaging they had before was a little more nicer quality, especially for a $99 case. It's kind of basic now. Everything just comes inside here, and so even the tools and such just pop in the back stuck right there. So nothing too fancy anymore, but anyways, it's just packaging, so it's not that big of a deal. The other thing I will mention too that is kind of a negative, that is the back piece that comes with this. This is like a fabric cloth back adhesive sticker. It's pretty thick that you can put on the back of your iPhone, because this is a bumper, so the back is not being protected. It does a pretty good job of protecting it because it's pretty thick, but I've already peeled it off of my phone and I placed it on the plastic packaging right here, and the tackiness is kind of lost. It's not sticky anymore, so I can't really put it back on my phone. So once you take it off, you might have to find the right surface or the right material to put it back on, and that way it can continue to be sticky and you can reuse it. But once you take it off, for me, I'm not able to put it back on there. It does include a screen shield, a microfiber cloth, and a squeegee, so you can take out the bubbles when you're applying the screen shield, which is very nice. So that's that right there. It does include the tool, the screwdriver tool, or the hex tool, I should say, for putting this case together. So you do have to put screws in here to hold it together. Which is it can kind of be a little bit of a bummer sometimes whenever you do want to take the case off your phone. You're gonna have to find a place to stick all the screws and such. The little tool now is like almost like a keychain, so you can't keep this on your keys. It has 2 additional bolts on there, screws. So if you do lose them, you have 2 additional ones right here that you can use. But you just basically twist it, and then there's the hex tool right there, and that's what you would use to install this bumper onto your iPhone. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and then I'll show you what it looks like on the phone. Okay guys, so here is the case on my phone. As you can see, it's very lightweight. It barely adds any bulk at all, and the fact that you have to screw them onto there, it keeps it real tight on the iPhone, so it feels like it's part of the iPhone. It almost doesn't feel like there's a case on it at all. It looks really sharp, and like I said guys, you can totally customize the colors that you want to use on these, even the colors of the screws as well, and you can make it completely 100% unique for you. So while it's on your iPhone, like I said, the back plate would usually go in the back here, and does a really good job protecting it from any kind of scratches, even kind of drops, because like I said, it's pretty thick. So even if you drop it straight on its back, I think it would do, as long as it's not too high up, it should do a pretty good job protecting the glass as well. So while the case is on your iPhone, let's see, the standby switch is being covered up, but it has like a really cool chrome button here, and you can kind of feel that click when you click on it, real nice. It has the headphone jack right here, as well as the secondary microphone, and not being blocked off. And they actually made the opening for this headphone jack larger, so most headphones will fit in there. Should be no problem at all. So you get to the side, we have the switch here. The switch is nice and big, so it will work for the iPhone 4, all versions of the iPhone 4 and 4S. Okay, no matter where the silent switch is. The volume rocker is right there, but there's actually 2 plastic buttons that are covering it up, so you can still feel that click when you press on it, because this is the plastic side of it, the polycarbonate side. So those are being blocked off. Get to the bottom, and this is probably the biggest improvement that Element Case has made to their cases, and that has a really big opening now. The original versions of this, I had a hard time fitting my dock connector into the bottom here. I haven't had any dock connectors I have found, and I have some pretty large ones that are like more squarish, that they were able to fit in here just fine. So that's a really good improvement. It's a nice big opening. It doesn't cover the microphone or the speaker on the bottom as well. Really good right there. So, and as for that, there's not really much of a lay on the table design, like much of a lip on the edge right here. If you place it face down, I don't think it's touching the screen, but I can't really be for sure because I mean there's barely an edge on there. Let me show you what it looks like at a close up if I can get this to focus. There is a slight edge to it, but not by much. So if you drop this face down, I wouldn't doubt that it could still, you know, crack pretty easily, even if it was straight down flat like that. So this is primarily going to do better protection for the corners and the edges if you were to drop it, which is probably what's going to happen anyways. If you drop it, it's going to hit a corner first, bump around, and it'll fall flat. So, you know, not the highest quality as far as when it comes to protection, but only because it's so flush to the edge of it like that. But still, it looks really sharp, really nice. Obviously, the camera's not being blocked off because it's a bumper case, so there's nothing on the back at all. So probably the biggest improvement that Element Case has made to this, besides the dock connector, is the reception. If you guys are familiar with aluminum cases, they are terrible when it comes to reception because it usually causes problems. For me, especially with Wi-Fi, for some reason, I have a really hard time with connecting to the Wi-Fi routers like at my job and stuff when I have other aluminum cases. And so the cool thing with the Vapor Comp is that this whole plate on this side here is polycarbonate. It's just plastic, which is the antenna on this side, which is probably the biggest one that usually acts up the most. So because of this cap is plastic, I had to have zero issues whatsoever with reception, none whatsoever, which is not something I can say for a lot of other aluminum cases. So this whole other edge right here is aluminum, but just this one side is the plastic. And so no problems with Wi-Fi, no problems with my 4G, 3G signal on AT&T. So they've done a really good job of making sure that that the only aspect that was really causing problems was this one side of the phone. So that's pretty much it, guys. $99 case, quite expensive, but you can completely customize it on Element Case's website. You can pick all the different colors and such. And you're gonna have a one-of-a-kind case. So that's gonna be it for me today, guys. If you're interested in checking out their website, go to elementcase.com and you can see this one as well as the other cases they have to offer on there. And that's going to be it for me today. If you have any questions, please post those below. If you want to follow me on Twitter, you can do so at Omar Correa. And you can follow us on the site at Buy Me an iPhone. I'll see you guys in the next video review.